Hello.
Hey, Mariam, how are you?
Oh God, I can't believe it's you out there. How
I
are
love the new
you?
video. I'm
This is
so
the
good.
first
How are
time we
you?
did this, by the way.
I love the new video. It's fantastic.
Do you like it? We'll send it to you. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm so excited to be with you. It's really amazing. We've never done this before, so this is the first time. We always do things with you, first time ever.
Well, let's
Always.
hope that we do all right. Yeah.
Do you like my new hair? I was just saying, I just washed it.
You know what? I do. I've always been jealous. I'd love to be able to rock an afro for sure. That's awesome.
Yeah, I just washed my hair, so I'm like really fine. Anyway, I'm so happy to have you, my friend, and I've got a couple of questions, and this is International's Women Day. We are preparing next week, but we thought that people are bored, they're home, there's nothing to do. Want them to come and join us and have a conversation, and then of course, you are the first person I thought of. Let me tell you a little bit about the stuff you've done for me. You are really a extraordinary woman. Not only I don't want to talk about your job, but I want to talk about you, your personality, like the stuff you've done for me and done for I Am the Code, and one of the things you and I got to learn from each other, and I think that our audience will be very very happy to learn from us. So tell us a bit about who you are, your name, and what you do in your day-to-day work. So welcome to the live stream.
Thank you. It's always good to talk to you, and I'm really happy to be the first helping you with this live stream and this new tech as well, which is great. So I'm Courtney Holm. I work for Unilever, and I'm head of sustainable technology. And I met Mariam through Paul Pullman. What was it, 2018, I believe it was.
Yeah, long time ago. Yeah.
And yeah, and we've done so much together in that time. I think, and Mariam and I have become really good friends. And I think International Women's Day is such a great platform. So I'm really happy that we're here to talk about giving visibility to people and especially the girls at Kakuma. They hold a special place in both of our hearts, and
Mm,
we've learned so much together, trying to
yeah.
figure out how to get them to be seen.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I think talking about visibility, one of the things I think I've been always telling people is that, we have champions in government and champions in businesses, people like you who have been really there to not only help us push the I am the code, agenda to get 1 million women and girls coders, but also, really thinking about hard questions. What do we need to do our society to get young women and girls visible. So my question is, why do you think visibility matters? And what does visibility have, or means to you personally? Because you are
Yeah.
a woman working in a big company and you have a career. What does it mean to you?
Yeah. I think I think it's a huge topic, right? And I think on one hand, visibility equals being considered. So just being visible and being thought of and being considered. But for me personally, and as my career has progressed over the past 20 some odd years, being visible is it's always been there, because being invisible is not an option if you want to make an impact. And my entire
Mm,
career, my life has always been about making an impact. And I pride myself being confident enough in my capabilities as an influencer to be a catalyst, and a catalyst that's not afraid to make decisions and to
yeah,
challenge people.
yeah.
Um, so if I weren't brave enough to be visible, my career wouldn't be possible, and I certainly
Mm.
wouldn't have had the impact I've had on others. Without being brave and without being visible.
That's a very good question. I mean, that's a very good answer. I think that you are right. I've been always telling, everyone across the world that visibility matters. When I was growing up as a child, I was not seen and heard, right? So especially when you come from a broken society, fragile societies like the Kakuma refugee camp, or we have right now a lot of people watching from Brazil, where you've been really catalyst in helping I am the code at. Most of our team are from Brazil, in Japan, all across the world, and I think it's really important that we give young people visibility, because I really believe visibility can change lives. So when you think about everything you've been doing within your career, helping me and actually being my mentor, I always say you definitely helped me navigate systems, within big companies, and definitely. So why do you think Kakuma Girls matters to you? Because you got to talk to them. I know you love them very much, and you get very inspired by them. Why does it matter to you? A woman working for a big company. Why does it matter to help Kakuma Girls? And why did you, get really involved in supporting us? Maybe the audience would like to know more about why do you do what you do.
Well, it's funny. Like, let's take a step back. I think the only reason why I work where I work is to make an impact. It's, and wherever I go throughout my career, I'll always choose places that enable me to make an impact. And I think that that's something that everyone needs to think about along their career journey. It's not about being, it's not about doing what you do. It's more about how that doing what you do enables you to do what you really want to do. And what I really want to do is make an impact. Marianne, I think for me and you, it's like, I believe in you. I believe in your mission. And we've taught each other a lot over the past few years. But the one thing that always sticks to me is our shared belief that nurturing young women will benefit all of us in the long run. And I think it's, nutrition, education, and love that the girls really need. And I think the Kakuma camp is a really special place. I think you have all these wonderful young women who've been forced to come together, so many different cultures in one place, in kind of unfortunate, but also fortunate circumstances. It's quite a predicament, right? And it's during a time in their lives when the young women, they need stability, right? Because they're building up their personalities and who they are. And I think that I Am the Code is so important, and why I've invested so much energy and time in helping you for the girls in Kakuma camp is because I'm hoping that we can bring them that stability. That we can bring them education and nutrition and love, and we can show them that someone's thinking of them, caring about them, and considering them, and seeing them as wonderful as they really are. These young women are just, my gosh, they're fantastic.
They are.
They're so articulate, and they have this wonderful thing about them, like they understand abundance. They understand that opportunities exist, and that if they're there for them, they will grab onto them. And I love that about them.
You're right.
So I'm really hoping that we can help them build confidence, really.
Yes. No, I do agree with you. This morning, I was just teaching them this morning. They joined us in a Kakuma refugee camp. So to all of our guests, if you don't know what Kakuma is and where Kakuma is, so it's a refugee camp and hosting 200,000 people, actually. They're refugees from Africa. As Courtney said, they're from, Somalia, Burundi, Kinshasa, and really extraordinary young women. But they came from, very, very hard, places where, they've been suffering. So we've been working with Courtney for the last couple of years now to give these girls visibility, to make sure that people are investing in them. We only have one planet, right? There's no planet B. If we don't support them, if we don't help them, it will be very, very difficult for all of us. And I think what I like about you as well, Courtney, and I think for the sake of our, people who are watching us today, is not only, you've been supporting us and being a champion in the company you work with, but you also, been really trying to help make sure people understand, the pain and difficulty refugees are going through. So, it's really important in a world where women are invisible. You and I know that women are not being seen and heard. What advice do you have for women to stand up and go out there and be seen and be heard?
Everywhere we are, I mean, it doesn't matter where you are, we struggle, right? And we've struggled for decades. I think we've come a long way, certainly from the 60s, but there's still a lot to be done. I think, I was thinking about this the other day. I was having a conversation with a friend of mine about how women can be catty and can kind of not support one another. And I think that's where we fail ourselves. I think we need to make time to support other women. Yes. I think we need to raise people up. I think we need to build up confidence in one another, and we need to let other people shine. And I think, you need to be confident enough in yourself to let someone else be in the spotlight right next to you. That you don't always have to be in the spotlight, that you can give it to someone else and that you can let them shine. And I think women need to work harder to be a force to reckon with each other.
Exactly.
The competition thing it's so challenging, especially in corporate, right? Like, you get this thing where there's only so many women who can sit at the table together, and it's nonsense. We just need to bring more chairs.
I do. I agree with you. I agree. I mean, you definitely gave me a seat at the table where I could learn systems. But at the same time, I think, like I always said, the reason why we actually wanted to launch this campaign on Monday, which is the big launch day, is that I really believe women and girls need to have a seat at the table. When you give visibility to girls and women, they can change lives. And for many, many years, we've been listening to the same people. And I think we always talk about gender equality. On March the 8th, we all celebrate International Women's Week, but we actually don't give other women a seat at the table. But at iamtheCODE, we're very, very proud to have, our head of creatives is a queer from Japan. She's a woman, but also, she's someone we love and respect. We have the entire team is actually women. We have, so we really believe in women empowerment. At the same time, I think I really agree with you that we need to give more spaces and platforms and visibility to women. Who gave you, a space in your career? Who mentored you? Who supported you in your career? Can you share that with our audience?
I have to say, I mean, really, if I think about who has held me up over the years, it's my dad. I mean, I've had lots of corporate mentors, and I've had lots of people who I talk to, and I have a group of women, right? We have our crew, and I count you as one of the crew.
I like the word crew.
Yeah. But I mean, really, my dad, and it's something I think about American culture as well. Like, my dad always told me, you're awesome. You're really smart. You can do anything you want. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. My dad was always at the forefront, pushing me to be just as good as one of the boys.
Wow, that's amazing.
I think as well, it's like when I think about what we really need, what society really needs, go macro for a second. What we really need is we have to think about being being nurturers to not only to the planet, but to ourselves, to everyone else, because I think times are going to get really tough. Like, I think COVID has given us a sneak peek of some of the hardship we're going to have to face in the future. So I think we need to take better care of each other. And I think women are better at that. And I think that's why young women in particular are so important, because we have to teach them how to nurture everyone around them, including themselves. Because I think sometimes we do a bad thing. We do a bad job at that as well, taking care of ourselves.
I agree. One of the things I love about Kakuma is the sisterhood, right? They love each other. They support each other. One of the things I actually first learned in Kakuma when I went there, how synchronized they were. They were saying the same thing, speaking the same language, and they were just loving each other so much. And I said to myself, wow, when I was growing up, I wish I had this sort of sisterhood mentality, right? Where we can all help each other with one single mission to grow. The iamtheCODE mission, as you know, is to get 1 million women and girls coders by the year 2030. And we need everyone to join, because, we are actually doing a service to humanity. And I think you understood this from a very early age, and that's why you've been really, pushing behind the scenes and helping us, but also trying to make us better. That's what I really love about you. But I checked on your LinkedIn profile and all the work you've been doing recently. You love sustainability, you love
I do.
innovation, you love collaboration. You've been always trying to, but also you are a woman in tech. You've been helping companies be more sustainable, be more green, all the stuff you do behind us. Can you tell us a bit about your job, your work? Why do you care about these three words? And I think it's important for people to know.
Yeah, so sustainability has always been the thing for me. I started, when I was a teenager back in the early 90s, getting really into sustainable development. I studied environmental science and I was a horticulturalist for many years as well. And I got into technology when I started to geek out about the greenhouses that I was managing. And it was just when like smartphones and sensors were just starting to come to the table. So 2000, 2001. And I realized that technology was this amazing enabler to help us with, operational efficiency and efficiency gains of, with resource management. But I figured out over the years that was just the tip of the iceberg. And I think that technology has enabled us to do so much around sustainable development. And again, I think we're just at the beginning to understand what technology can do to help us. My current role, well, in general, I mean, really the past, 20 some odd years is, it's always been the same. I use technology to help people increase sustainability, whatever that means, whether it's, environmental, social, or financial. And innovation's usually at the heart of that. And anytime that you're going to innovate, collaboration usually is around the corner. I really like working with our strategic IT partners. I really like challenging, the big tech giants to think differently about how they can use their technology towards sustainable development. For me, iamtheCODE is such a good proponent of this because, when we couldn't do our face-to-face anymore, you right away you saw like we just have to move to online, and it was like, okay, well, we just need a little bit of cash and we need some partnerships. Who can we round up, right? So we we quickly got together and we rounded up some stuff, and then look how seamlessly you've just transitioned, just right to online, no big deal, and now you're able to scale that, and you'll be able to help more women and reach your goal faster. You'll be able, hopefully, to go back to the face-to-face stuff, I hope. But so yeah, I mean, just going back, I think collaboration is key to sustainable development. I don't think we're going to be able to meet the challenges that we have without collaborating and working together. So technology and collaboration for me are the tickets.
I agree with you. I think that what is really good about my relationship with you and is that we collaborated definitely. We learned from each other and collaborated. But again, we talk about the word sustainability quite a lot. We trying to get the girls to get into STEM solution, STEM education. The Kakuma girls, how tough it is out there. Connectivity, infrastructure, content. It's really hard for girls and boys across the world. Do you have any idea of what the world will look like post COVID-19? Where are you? What is your mind right now? What are you thinking, and what are you advising people post COVID-19? What do you say to companies and organizations?
It's a really good question. I think there's so much, and I've been struggling with this one because I know what I want. I know what I want the world to be like, but I'm not sure that it's just seeing the press. I'm not sure that the powers that be are going to let us. What I really want is us to sit back and to think about how we consume and how we judge ourselves on what success looks like. I think that society is driven by consumerism, and consumerism drives gross domestic product, and that's how we measure success. And I think that system is fundamentally flawed. I think we need to reevaluate that. And I think that potentially COVID is a mechanism to help us take a minute to think about how we want to structure our lives. It gives us that great reset opportunity that the UN is always talking about. I also think that it's a good opportunity for us to think about what COVID has been like for women who've been working at home.
Absolutely.
Who have had to, and you well aware, just as well as I do, you have a child, you don't have childcare, or they're not in school, you have to work full time. And then, all that support that you would have counted on, maybe you're fortunate enough to have a cleaning lady come in once a week or something, all that's gone as well. So now you're doing 4 or 5 jobs where you used to maybe do 1 or 2. And so I think women have really been disproportionately affected by COVID, and I'd like to change that. I don't think that is not sustainable. People,
I agree.
Please no. Please no.
Definitely, I agree. I mean, this is why we're launching the campaign Dare to be Visible on Monday, because I really believe, my team told me, why do you want to launch the Dare to be Visible campaign? Because I just thought that, women are not visible. At the same time, girls are not visible. And, if we can, help women and girls to be seen and heard, all these issues behind the scenes, we definitely need to talk about it. So I am so happy that you came to this live stream with us. It's beautiful. It's wonderful. You are my friend and my sister. I love you. I will always, always, always be grateful for all the work you've done for I Am the Code. And, do you have a last word for our audience watching? And what advice do you have for young girls right now watching this, this live stream?
You know what? I just think education is a fantastic place to start. To be visible, because if you know what you're talking about, then it'll give you confidence, and you can be brave, and you can be visible when you want to be.
Well, Courtney Holm, I just want to say thank you so much for being not only my friend, my mentor personally, but thank you for coming for having me. Thank you for coming for the first ever I Am the Code live stream. We hope to do more with you, because I think young girls and boys all across the world can learn so much from you. What I've learned from you, I think everyone else can benefit from me. So thank you so much for coming on the live stream today. Thank you.
Thank you. And we have 2030. We have a lot of work to do. So
9 years to go. 9 years to go, Courtney. 9 years to go. We are counting. Thank you so much. I love you dearly. Thank you so much. Thank you everyone for watching. We love you. We're gonna do more live streams tomorrow. Please come and watch us. And Monday, and we have amazing guests just like Courtney Holm, who will be sharing their life stories, but also how we can give young women and girls visibility. Thank you from I Am the Code, and thank you for joining in today. Thank you so much for being our friends. Thank you. Bye, everyone.